Detroit is a city of history, industry, and a vibrant Jewish community.
Jewish community in general here is about stable, around 70,000 people. It's been about that level for the last 15 years or so. People come in, come out. The Orthodox community is growing in the sense that people are coming from outside of the state here because housing is cheap, relatively speaking, compared to places like New York, Chicago, or the West Coast.
For generations, this community has built institutions, synagogues, and educational centers, contributing significantly to the social and economic fabric of the city.
The Detroit Jewish community, the Orthodox community, is growing exponentially in the Oak Park, Southfield area. It's basically regentrifying that whole area. The conservative movement has been going downhill since I moved here. Our synagogue, when I joined Beth Shalom, was 600 and some families. Now there's more like 150 families. And that's the same story in other conservative synagogues. Reform synagogues are also having trouble. I think that's the general lack of religiosity that we see in America. We see it in the Christian community too.
But since October 7th, the reality has changed.
The amount of anti-Semitism was escalating before October 7th. But October 7th was absolutely what you would call a watershed moment for our community. The community was in shock, the community was mourning, and we wanted to be together. But all of a sudden, coming together required even more security than we have on a normal basis. And we realized when we wanted to do programs like showing the documentary of the Nova Festival, we needed magnetometers, we needed police in plain clothing, we needed 3 checkpoints for people to come into the building. And everyone appreciated it. Everyone felt safer knowing that all of that was happening.
What we're seeing is Jew hatred and anti-Israel hatred is becoming normalized. For example, we have a U.S. Congressperson, Rashida Tlaib, Palestinian from this area, who's outspokenly anti-Israel and anti-Semitic. Talks about Jews taking over the country.
Just a short drive from Detroit lies the city of Dearborn, home to one of the largest concentrations of Arab Americans in the United States. For years, the two communities coexisted, but recent events have ignited new tensions, and the Jewish community is facing an especially challenging time.
After the Tree of Life shooting, the Muslim leaders came to Temple Israel to mourn with us. And after the shooting at the mosque in New Zealand, we went to their house of worship and we supported them. Does that exist today? Not on that level. October 7th really changed that. It made people dig their heels in even deeper.
Voices of hatred are spreading across social media, and in some cases have escalated into real violence.
So after October 7th, I fully considered transferring schools. I originally tucked my star in as I knew it was an issue of safety. I didn't feel safe, everyone widely knowing that I was Jewish, and I felt the need to hide it. I always said that my star is close to my heart, exactly where it needs to be, and I wore it every single day, but I deliberately made sure that it was tucked away for my safety.
The Jewish community here is proving that the challenges of the present will not break its spirit, but will only strengthen its commitment to persevere and thrive.
I think the Jewish community in Detroit is so deeply rooted that we are here to stay. I think we have so many people in our community who are dedicated to interfaith relations and interfaith dialogue. We just hope that we have a willing partner on the other side. We see our destinies as being intertwined, and that we would all be better off if we could have at least good conversations and be able to live side by side without so much animosity.